If you fail to plan, you plan to fail. We've all heard that phrase, yet most people walk through life without a clear financial direction, hoping success will somehow arrive on its own. But hope is not a strategy. Wealth doesn't happen by luck, it happens by design. Today, we're diving into Jim Rohn's wisdom on planning your financial future. Stay with me until the end, because the steps you're about to learn can shape the next 5 years of your life and determine whether you remain where you are or step into a future you intentionally created. Let's begin. 1. Assessing your current financial reality. Before you build wealth, you must know exactly where you stand, financially, mentally, and behaviorally. Most people skip this step because confronting the truth feels uncomfortable, but discomfort is often the gateway to transformation. Begin by examining your income sources. Are they stable? Are they growing? Are you relying on a single source of income that could vanish overnight, or have you diversified your earning potential? Your income is the fuel for your financial engine, and you must understand its reliability and its limits if you are to strengthen it. Next, observe your spending habits. Not just the obvious expenses like rent or utilities, those are easy to track. The real insight comes from identifying the silent leaks, microtransactions, impulse purchases, emotional spending, and lifestyle creep. Track your spending for 30 days without judgment. Your goal isn't to shame yourself, but to study yourself. Patterns reveal priorities, and those priorities either support wealth or sabotage it. When you see where your money naturally flows, you gain the ability to redirect it with intention. Now examine your debts. Debt is not merely a number, it is a weight. It represents past decisions that continue to influence your present. Identify the type of debt you carry: consumer debt, personal loans, credit cards, student loans. Determine the interest rates, minimum payments, and timelines. Ask yourself, what is this debt costing me an opportunity? Because every dollar lost to interest could have been a dollar invested in your future. Understanding your obligations is the first step toward freeing yourself from them. But assessing your financial situation goes beyond numbers. It also involves habits, beliefs, and emotional patterns around money. Do you avoid checking your bank balance because it triggers anxiety? Do you spend money as a form of comfort? Do you believe wealth is attainable for you, or does some part of you feel undeserving? Your mindset is part of your financial truth, and much like your bank statement, it must be confronted honestly. Wealth requires alignment. What you believe, what you do, and what you expect must move in the same direction. Finally, ask yourself the core question: what is my financial truth today? Not the truth you wish you had, not the truth you project to others, but the truth as it currently exists. This moment is powerful because once you see your reality clearly, you gain agency. Clarity is control. When you refuse to identify your financial situation, you surrender your power to chance, emotion, and impulse. But when you acknowledge it, even if it's messy, even if it's painful, you reclaim your authority over it. Remember, knowing your starting point is never discouraging. It is grounding. It is empowering. Every great financial transformation begins with a single act of honesty. Wealth doesn't grow from confusion, it grows from clarity, direction, and ownership. This is the first step toward building the financial life you desire, and it's the step that separates dreamers from doers. 2. Setting clear financial milestones. Jim Rohn reminds us that vague goals create vague results, and nowhere is this more evident than in personal finance. Saying, "I want to be rich" is not a goal. It is a wish. Wealth does not respond to wishes. It responds to clarity, specificity, and measurable action. To build wealth intentionally, you must break the journey into purposeful milestones that transform the abstract into the achievable. Start by defining what financial success means to you personally. Wealth is not one size fits all. For some, it may mean freedom from debt. For others, passive income that covers living expenses. For others still, it may be a certain net worth or investment portfolio. Until you define it, you cannot pursue it. And until you pursue it, it cannot become real. Clarity gives your efforts direction, and direction gives your actions meaning. Your milestones should start small and grow gradually. For example, your first milestone might be to save your first $1,000. This is not about the amount. It is about building the habit. From there, aim for $5,000, then $10,000, then $20,000. Each milestone builds momentum, and momentum builds confidence. When you hit a milestone, your brain registers progress, which fuels the desire to continue. Wealth is built through compounding, and that includes the compounding of discipline, effort, and belief. Once you have clear milestones, assign timelines. A target without a timeline is a daydream. Timelines create urgency, and urgency leads to action. If you plan to save $20,000 in 2 years, you can break that down into monthly, weekly, and even daily actions. Suddenly, the distant goal becomes a practical plan. This is how dreams become commitments when they are scheduled. But setting milestones isn't only about saving. It includes investing consistently, reducing debt systematically, increasing income proactively, and building assets deliberately. For example, create an investing milestone. Invest a fixed amount every month for 12 months, no matter what. Or an income milestone. Create an additional stream of income by the end of the year. When your goals stretch beyond saving, your financial growth accelerates. And remember, milestones should challenge you without overwhelming you. The goal is not perfection, the goal is progression. Wealth is built through steady, repeated action, not occasional heroic efforts. As you evolve, your milestones will evolve with you. What once seemed impossible will become routine. What once felt ambitious will become your new baseline. By writing your goals down and attaching deadlines, you give your future a blueprint. You transform your financial vision from something imagined into something structured. And once your milestones are in place, you no longer wander, you advance. Your path becomes unmistakable. Wealth is no longer a distant concept, but a concrete journey made of steps you can see, measure, and achieve. 3. Budgeting and forecasting. A budget is not a punishment, it is a freedom plan. It is the tool that puts you back in the driver's seat of your financial life. Too many people associate budgeting with deprivation, but the truth is the opposite. A budget gives you control, clarity, and choice. It ensures your money works for you instead of disappearing without your awareness. Begin by tracking where every dollar goes. You cannot master what you do not measure. Most people underestimate their spending by 20 to 40%, especially on small habitual purchases. Track your spending for at least 1 month. What you find may surprise you, not because you spend recklessly, but because spending unconsciously is normal. Awareness is the first step to correction. Once you have clarity on your spending, create categories: essentials, growth, lifestyle, savings, investing, and debt repayment. A budget that includes only bills and obligations is incomplete. Wealth requires allocation toward the future, not just survival today. Ensure your budget reflects your priorities. If your budget is aligned with the lifestyle you want to create, it becomes motivating rather than restrictive. Next comes forecasting. Think of forecasting as financial vision, seeing ahead rather than reacting. Businesses forecast income, expenses, and growth because guessing is not a strategy. You must adopt the same mindset. Forecast your income for the next 6 to 12 months. Forecast your major expenses. Forecast your potential savings and investments based on realistic numbers. When you anticipate rather than hope, you make better decisions. Forecasting also prepares you for uncertainty. Emergencies are not surprises. They are inevitabilities. When you forecast properly, an emergency fund becomes a non-negotiable part of your plan. With savings in place, unexpected events lose their power to derail you. Stability creates confidence, and confidence fuels healthy financial behavior. Budgeting and forecasting together create a system, a financial ecosystem where your money has direction, order, and purpose. With this system, you avoid the common traps, living paycheck to paycheck, relying on credit, reacting to emergencies, or wondering where your money went. The system becomes your shield and your compass. But the true power of budgeting lies in discipline. Wealth builders do not spend based on emotion, they spend based on intention. They differentiate between desire and priority. They make consistent deposits into their future self. Discipline doesn't restrict your enjoyment of life. Discipline guarantees that you will be able to enjoy life sustainably, abundantly, and responsibly. A budget shows you what you can afford. Forecasting shows you what you can build. Together, they create the foundation for long-term financial independence. A wealth mindset does not leave the future to chance. It plans, prepares, and executes with purpose. When you master these habits, wealth stops being accidental. It becomes inevitable. 4. Preparing for emergencies. Life is unpredictable, and success favors those who prepare. No matter how disciplined, intelligent, or ambitious a person may be, chaos always arrives uninvited. It comes as a sudden job loss, a medical emergency, a global crisis, an accident, or an unexpected bill. Most people know this intellectually, yet few prepare for it in practice. They move through life hoping nothing bad happens, as if hope were a financial plan. But true stability begins the moment you accept reality. Unpredictable events are not exceptions. They are guaranteed. Preparation is not pessimism. It is the highest form of responsibility toward your future self. An emergency fund, 3 to 6 months of living expenses, is not simply about money. It is about psychological freedom. When you know that one setback cannot destroy your life, your mind operates with clarity instead of constant fear. Decisions become smarter, risks become manageable, creativity becomes possible. A person living paycheck to paycheck cannot think long-term because their entire mental bandwidth is consumed by survival. But the moment you build a cushion, you graduate from survival mode to strategy mode. It is one of the greatest upgrades you can give your life. Insurance is another pillar of preparation. Health insurance, life insurance, disability coverage, car insurance, renters or homeowners insurance. These are not luxuries. They are shields. Many people resent insurance payments because nothing seems to happen for long stretches of time, but that is precisely the point. Insurance is the silent guardian that steps in only when life hits you hardest. One medical bill, one accident, one lawsuit, one tragedy can financially wipe out a person who spent years working and saving. Insurance does not eliminate fear, but it transforms fear into confidence by giving you the tools to survive disasters. Savings and backup plans are extensions of the same principle. A backup source of income, a side hustle, skills you can monetize, relationships you've nurtured, or certifications that increase your employability creates resilience. Preparation is not just about money in a bank. It is about building a life with multiple pillars, so you are never dependent on a single point of failure. If one door closes, your life doesn't collapse. You simply walk through another. Security is the foundation on which you build wealth. Without it, growth is unstable. Imagine constructing a tall building on sand. No matter how impressive it appears, one storm will bring it down. In personal finance, chaos often arrives exactly when you are least prepared. The car breaks down right after you finally start saving. A medical issue hits right when you get promoted. A job ends right when you needed stability. People call these things bad luck, but in reality, life has simply revealed who was prepared and who wasn't. Preparedness cannot eliminate pain, but it ensures pain does not turn into ruin. In the end, building an emergency fund, securing insurance, and creating backup plans are not signs of fear. They are signs of maturity. They are commitments to long-term stability. They are declarations that you refuse to let one crisis erase years of effort. You prepare not because you expect disaster, but because you know you are worth protecting. Preparation is self-respect expressed through action. 5. Designing a 5-year freedom plan. Imagine your life 5 years from now. Not the life you think you will end up with, but the life you truly want. Where do you live? What does your income look like? What habits shape your days? How much peace, confidence, and purpose do you feel? Most people never ask these questions deeply, and so they drift through each year repeating the last. A 5-year plan is not about predicting the future. It is about directing it. It is a contract with your future self, a blueprint for becoming who you are capable of being. Start by defining your vision with honesty. 5 years is long enough to transform your entire life, but short enough to stay within reach. Think about your finances, career, relationships, health, and personal development. What kind of work do you want to do? What level of income do you want to achieve? What does your ideal daily schedule look like? Instead of vague dreams like, "I want to be rich," describe measurable realities. I want to earn $120,000 a year, live in a place I love, and have a savings rate of 30%. Clarity creates direction. Vagueness creates confusion. Once your vision is defined, reverse engineer it. If your 5-year goal is the destination, then your yearly milestones are the roadmap, your monthly objectives are the steps, and your daily habits are the bricks that pave the path forward. Break down each major goal into phases. If you want to move careers, what skills must you learn? If you want financial independence, what debts must be eliminated? If you want health and vitality, what routines must you adopt? Every long-term transformation is simply the accumulation of small choices repeated over thousands of days. Success is not built in a day, but it is built daily. Consistency beats intensity every time. A 5-year plan works not because it is ambitious, but because it is structured. It gives you a filter. If something aligns with your future, you say yes. If it distracts from your future, you say no. Plans protect you from drifting, from wasting time on things that do not move your life forward. Most people are not defeated by lack of talent, but by lack of direction. They never aimed at anything long enough to make real progress. Review your plan often. Life changes, and your goals may evolve. A 5-year plan should be flexible enough to adapt, but rigid enough to keep you accountable. Measure your progress every month. Celebrate your wins and correct your course when needed. The purpose of the plan is not perfection, it is momentum. Ultimately, your 5-year freedom plan is not just a document, it is a promise, a declaration that you will not leave your future to chance, a commitment to structure your time, energy, and focus around the life you want most. 5 years will pass no matter what you do. The question is whether those years will transform you or merely repeat themselves. Your future self is waiting, and every habit you build today is a signature on the contract of your becoming. Your plan is your bridge between imagination and achievement. The future is not something you wait for. It's something you build. Start today. Your financial freedom isn't luck. It's the result of a plan consistently followed with discipline and belief. Are you ready to design your future?